What if you could just erase your identity from every official document? Today we're unpacking the incredible story of one woman's 9-year fight against the system for the right to have, well, no official identity at all. I mean, really think about it. On pretty much every form you've ever filled out, you're asked to take a box for caste or religion. But what happens if you don't believe in any of them? This story really digs into a fundamental question. Can you legally exist without those labels? And that's the real heart of it. In a country like India, where community and family history often define who you are, one person stood up and decided to challenge that entire structure. Her goal? To prove that you can, in fact, exist outside of it. It was a fight that would take her almost a decade. So who is the woman at the center of this incredible battle? To really understand her fight, you gotta go back to the beginning, to a truly unique childhood that shaped everything she believed in. Okay, let's meet her. This is M.A. Sneha Parthabaraja. She's a lawyer from Tamil Nadu, and in 2019, she did something nobody in India had ever managed to do before. She got an official government certificate that says she has no caste, no religion. Now, a conviction this strong doesn't just pop up out of thin air. Sneha's parents were advocates and rationalists themselves. They were atheists who made a conscious choice to raise their kids completely outside the traditional lines of caste and religion, drawing inspiration from big thinkers like Periyar, Ambedkar, and Karl Marx. And you can see just how deep this philosophy ran by just looking at the names in her family. It's fascinating. Her parents gave her sisters names that deliberately crossed religious lines. One combines Muslim and Hindu names, the other a common Christian name. And Sneha continued that tradition with her own daughter. For this family, this wasn't just some abstract idea. It was their everyday reality. So, armed with this lifelong conviction, Sneha decided to make it official. But as you can imagine, this put her on a direct collision course with a bureaucratic system that just wasn't designed for someone like her. Her struggle started way back in 2010, and for 7 straight years, she was just met with one rejection after another. Officials kept telling her the same thing. Sorry, there's no precedent for this, there's no box to tick for none. It really seemed impossible. But she just wouldn't give up. And in 2017, she submitted one last super detailed application that finally, in 2019, led to her victory. It's also really important to clear something up here. Sneha wasn't fighting for any special benefits. In fact, by doing this, she was officially giving up any right to caste-based reservations. Her goal was so much bigger. She wanted to create a legal path for anyone who wanted to live without these labels. So after years and years of hearing no, what was the breakthrough? What finally made the system say yes? Well, the big moment came when officials really dug into her background. They went through her entire life's records, her birth certificate, all her school admissions, and they found definitive proof. She had never, not once, used a caste or religion identifier. Those columns were always left blank. And here it is, the brilliant turning point, where the law had no precedent. Her life became the precedent. The subcollector's final ruling was so simple but so powerful. Her consistent, lifelong choice to live without a caste or religion was all the legal justification needed. She didn't have to find a rule in a book. Her life itself was the evidence. But this personal victory wasn't just the end of her story. Far from it. It was the beginning of a much larger conversation, one that created a ripple effect all across the country. It all started with just one person, one certificate. But her victory sent this powerful message that, hey, the status quo can be challenged. It basically kicked the door open for other people to start demanding that same fundamental right. And this whole movement eventually led to a huge, landmark ruling from the Telangana High Court in 2023. The court pointed to Article 25 of the Constitution, the right to freedom of conscience, and made a really important clarification, that freedom also includes the right not to follow any religion at all. And they didn't just stop there. Inspired by the very principles Sneha fought for, the court ordered the state government to make a real concrete change. Add no caste and no religion as options on all official birth certificate forms. So what does this all mean for the future? Well, Sneha's personal fight and the legal victories that came after it have completely shifted the conversation around identity and choice in India. The court's ruling really gives us a clear roadmap. Now, official forms have to include a no caste, no religion option. And this is huge. No child can be denied admission to a school for leaving those columns blank. This is forcing the system to finally evolve and catch up with the reality that not everyone fits neatly into a predefined box. This whole thing leaves us with a pretty profound question. For centuries, identity has often been something assigned to you at birth. But if the state can't force you to declare a caste or a religion, it opens up a future where identity is less about what you inherit and more about what you choose. So what does that future look like? That's the big question Sneha's story leaves for all of us to think